Dude, when I worked in, I don't know if I can legally say it, but when I used to work up north you
can say Canada.
It wasn't quite Canada, but it was up there, and there was a big Amish community. And when we got up there, I would always wear my cowboy hat and shit out to the bars. And a lot of the boys told me up there, say, hey, you need to be careful. There's big union people up here, and they know that we're taking these jobs from these other people because no one up there could pass a drug test. And they're like, don't wear the cowboy hat, it'll start fights. They go, also be very cautious of you will be approached by elder gentlemen from Amish communities around here, and they will want you to come have sex with one of the women in their community abroad in the gene pool. They're going to offer you money too.
Yeah.
And dude,
did that happen?
$800 they offered me some money.
You didn't do it?
How was she?
I thought about it. I honestly did. But
You seem like a guy that would do that.
And I damn near did, but they told me, hey, it's a slippery slope, you know. And I kind of asked the situation like,
what do you mean slippery?
Well, they watch, so it's 4 of them, then they're gonna watch you to completion with a woman with a sheet over and just
kinky.
the legs. But I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I didn't do it. A boy that I worked with did. It was a Tuesday morning. Or a Tuesday night he did that. Wednesday morning didn't show up for work. Thursday.
But they killed him.
We started calling the hospital, the prisons. Nowhere to be found to this day. There's still missing persons report.
Wait, they killed him?
They either one killed him or he's like, you know what, I'm going to live here now because this is some good-ass poontang.
Right, yeah. I thought you were going to say you got the clap or something.
No, I think they didn't have that 800 shekels and they hit him in the back of the head with a fucking shovel or
I
something.
never thought of that.
So,
yeah, safety first.
so yeah, I was just like, yeah, the Amish are cucks. Can't trust them. Rumspringer, not a chance at all.
How do you get into the oil business?
Most of them are criminals, but
Like, how did you get into it?
so I did half a semester of community college and realized real quick, I don't want to do that. And so my dad worked as a CNC machinist, like old school lathes and mills.
Yeah.
And I was a summer and I wasn't working. He's like, well, fucking come up here and sweep the floors and shit for this company I work for, make $12 an hour. And I was doing it. And I've been pretty good with computers since I was little. And they saw me like fucking around on this computer on this tool that they were building. And they were like, you kind of know what you're doing out there. Yeah, they're like, hey, we'll offer you a job, out here if you want to go up to Fort Worth and train for 4 months straight without coming home. And I was like, nah, I want to go back to college. And they're like, you'll make $125,000 your first year. And I was like, yeah, fuck school, let's go do that.
Yeah.
And I just got in it and just worked my way up.
Wait, so you were on computers in the oil field?
So I was building mud motors. So like the motor you put down hole to fucking actually drill the hole. I was assembling bearing pack assemblings and shit like that. But they have this thing, it's called MWD tool or LWD tool. It's measurement or logging while drilling. It's basically like a big compass in the ground.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're smart.
I'm not I just look like a retard. But no.
At least you know.
I'm pretty sharp. I mean, I'm self-aware. I mean, look, I made the long bus late. I rode the short bus in high school, but it's because I lived so far out of the country, it was better on gas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not smart.
Yeah, but I worked with guys that look like you my entire career. It's just a bunch of convicts and shit out there. Because it's hard work. But, I mean, you get paid good and shit like that. So
you quit that. You walked away from that. Is that door... I'm not saying you're going to take it. Is that door open to you, or did you say goodbye to that forever and committing to comedy?
So when I was in Oilfield, I had a private Facebook and a Snapchat, okay? And a boy that I played baseball with was like, hey, man, these videos are funny. Why don't you send me them and I'll make you a TikTok. And I said, all right, whatever. So I made this video about Miley Cyrus when she says everybody doing lines in the bathroom, trying to do lines in the bathroom. I was like, I felt that because I do drugs. I told my mom I'm quitting, but it's summer, it's early. And it just went on this big rant. I said that to him. I went to bed. I woke up. And TikTok, I had 8 million views and 50,000 followers, like that. And I had my real name on my TikTok. I'm like, I got to change my name, do laser, do all this shit. And I just kind of started progressing. Everything I was supposed to get big. Well, then the HR department kind of caught wind that I was doing some shit like that. And they're like, it's either you delete this fucking TikTok or we got to let you go. And that was right at the time when I was getting into the comedy part of it. And I'm like, if I've got to suppress my creative energy, then that ain't the fucking route I need to take.
Yeah.
I can always come back and do this. I know
That's
how
the
to do it.
question. You could go back?
If I absolutely needed to and wanted to, but I mean, dude, honestly,
Would you have to start from the bottom again?
No, I mean, because my shit was a specialty type stuff.
Sounds like it.
Like I was a directional driller and they're sought after. But a lot of it's changing. Like even in the few years I've been out, a lot of it's moving more to like automotive. So like they'll have a drilling system box that a guy like say it's out in. Let's say it's out in fucking Hobbs, New Mexico. Well, they have a fucking command center that's overseeing it all in Midland, and he can steer it from a computer from there. But now he's doing 3 different wells instead of just one. So now you're overlooking everything. So
Do they fuck up more because of that or less?
it's not as simple as being implemented where it's like, all right, I got a warm human physical body on location that knows what to do in case of this, right? Now you've got guys that are having to call the drillers from the fucking command center, hey, I need this, check your pumps, check the pressure, we're losing fucking fluid here, blah, blah, blah. So that's a little more, and like I said, I hadn't done that side of it yet because I got out right before that was offered to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could still go back if I wanted to, but fuck that, dude. That shit, that's where dreams go to die. New Mexico is fucking, that part of New Mexico is terrible.
Right, and I would imagine when you get older, it would be harder.
Yeah, and you miss too much shit. I'd be out there, and a lot of boys' wives cheat on them and shit because they're gone all the time. They'd be going stir crazy. I had a guy had a goddamn panic attack. They had to call Life Flight. Thought he was having a heart attack. He thought his wife was cheating on him. All kind. You miss kids' birthday parties, baseball games. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Do you want to be a family man?
Honestly, at this point, if it happens, cool. Because my daddy was a good daddy, and I wouldn't mind being a daddy, but at this point, I'm really not planning on it. But if it happens, so be it. But like I said, I can't even pull out of a driveway, and I ain't never had a pregnancy scare. So your boy is probably shooting fucking blanks.
Right.
She gets it.
Yeah. No, I got it. I see how that could happen. Yeah, what, Brianna?
Poor Decisions Garage in the chat said he used to listen to Jason on Sirius when he was working in the oil fields as well. You used to listen to the Jason Ellis show, right?
Yeah, so a boy that I used to work with, Rolando Rodriguez, the beautiful Mexican from the South, he's actually the one who put me on you. We'd ride out to work together because we both lived in Houston, and we would listen to your show on the way there on XM Radio. So that's how I knew you. That's what I told you at night. You're all fucked up on kratom, but you almost fainted or something, so I don't really know.
I do remember the next time I saw you, you told me, and then I remembered it.
Yeah. And then because we saw each other in Florida with Rachel. Yeah. Nah, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember there was a big thing with oil versus log for a long time.
With what?
Oil versus log, because there was a lot of loggers that listened to the show and a lot of oil guys.
Oh, no shit.
So there was this thing where at one point at Ellis Meany, we had a logger fight an oil guy, and the chants were log or oil.
I got you.
And I that was as far as
But I will tell you one thing. This is the part that I'm having a hard time adjusting to is in the oil field, it's, at any given time, there's 15 to 30 guys on location. You live on location, you live in trailer houses and shit while you're out there. If you've got a problem with a boy or something, you go on the edge of location off company property and you settle it like the way you should, In this entertainment world,
No.
if I hit everybody that I felt disrespected by, I would go nowhere. And it's having to bite my tongue and dance with the tiger that I have very hard issues with sometimes.
Yeah,
but I know for the betterment and the longevity of the career, you can't just fight everybody that's disrespects you. But it's just not the world that I was kind of from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a little different how, there's a lot of snakes and weasels in the grass.
I did that when I had radio. In radio, when I first started, I came from a place where if you want to talk shit, then when we see each other, we're fighting.
It's on site.
Yeah, and there was a couple of times there where somebody was talking shit, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get on a plane." I got his address, and my boss called me and was like, "You're not seriously driving to the airport right now, eh?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I am." Like, you heard what he said. Like, he disrespected my fucking.
I fucking love you, dude.
My wife. He talked shit on my wife, and I was like, "I don't care. It's over." He's like, "If you go there and hit him, your job is gone." And I was like, "I don't need this shit. I can fucking be a pro skateboarder still," which was 80% a lie. Could I go back and get a small check? Yeah, but not a big check anymore. I wasn't good enough. But I still had that attitude. And then there were times where the upper management said shit, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? I don't need to hear this shit." And there were people that cared about me, that knew me, that were like, "Dude, I get it. I get where you."
We understand.
But you got to learn that this is business. And then I feel like they trained me to not take it personal. Where there was just where I was like, "Wait, this guy's potentially taking money from my kids by acting this way. Like, I will fucking kill you." And it's like, dude, it's business. Like, you're acting in a way where they're concerned for the business, and they're gonna they don't want to jeopardize that, so they're gonna bump you from it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, contract negotiations where I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about? You're not going to give that, people that work for me, you're not going to give them the money they want." I'm like, "I'll fucking slap you." And they're like, "Dude, slapping people because they're not going to give somebody a raise, that's not how it works. It's business."
Yeah.
And I went to therapy about it, and it really changed the way that I take everybody in this world now. Because there's times where people say stuff where I go, "What?" And then I go, "Okay, no, this is business. It's not personal."
Yeah, you got
Even though it is, I'm taking it personal.
It is, but you got to look at like, is the juice worth the squeeze though, right? Because I mean,
Well, then there's the hitting people, and then there's getting charged for
exactly.
it.
So
I'm
it's like
in a couple of months from now, when I'm in court, would have I taken that punch back? Yeah, I would have, because it's not worth it anymore.
yeah,
dude.
maybe. But if they're at like,
Especially when you train, dude. I don't need
dude,
it
at
anymore.
the improv the other night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was this fucking. He was drunk, obviously. He's a drunk patron. And he was creeping out some of the women, lady friends that I had with me next to the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like signing my tab, and I see him eyeball. I see him looking at me in my peripheral. She goes, "Hey man, let me ask you something." And I said, "What's up, old son?" He said, "Anybody just ever just look at you and they just want to fight you? Do you get that a lot?" And I go, "Why are you looking?"
Yeah.
And I bit him on the nose.
Right.
I got in a lot of trouble for that. No, all right, be okay. He won't ever ask that again.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow, you're still pretty quick to go then, huh?
I show the utmost respect to everybody. I try to be friendly with everybody around. But like when people are just blatantly fucking assholes, I feel like if you don't check a motherfucker like a coat, they'll get one over on you. And I'm sorry, it's always just been that way with that. I just don't understand how you can let shit slide if someone's disrespecting you. I understand the business, and you can't fight the internet, shit like that. But if this guy's right in front of me and he's creeping out these women and kind of coming at me cross, well, he already woke up today and chose that.
Yeah, you can come at me, Cross, but if you come at my friends that are smaller, women,
Yeah.
or like little guys, then things are different.
Yeah.
But not in a way that it used to be. Like there used to be a time where you better be like good, because I'll end you.
Yeah.
But now I train too much. I'm not gonna hurt you. Like I'll put you down.
Yeah.
Make you stop, but I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean, I hurt you enough to stop.
Yeah.
But not like put you in hospital or anything. It's just like I just don't. I fight real fighters, dude.
Yeah,
and I'm not fighting.
You don't need to fight some fucking slapdick at the Cheesecake
and it gave me a confidence that I don't need to prove anymore. Like if you go, "Hey man, you're a pussy," I go, "Okay." Like,
Dude, that's growth though. That's good.
I don't
That's
I don't believe you.